and interlining partnerships. Let's turn our attention to our conversation this evening. It's now some 90 days into the administration of Governor Monday Okpebholo in Edo State, and we'll be discussing some of the most pressing issues affecting the state, from governance and economic development to security and infrastructure. We'll also be exploring the administration's vision for the future and precisely how they plan to address the challenges facing the state. As part of efforts being made is to have an immediate impact in the state, we're hearing that Governor Okpebholo is reconstructing and renovating structures in 100 schools across the state to mark his first 100 days in office. Tonight, we're hosting the Deputy Governor of the state, Dennis Idahosa. Thank you for joining us on the program, Your Excellency.
That was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
So you've been Deputy Governor for almost 3 months now. Walk us through what your assessment of the current situation is in Edo State and what you consider the top priorities for this administration.
Thank you very much for having me. We have been in office now for about 90 days and almost 100 days in office. Based on what we campaigned with to the people of Edo State, we talked about critical 5 areas in the issue of security, infrastructure, health, education, and agriculture. And in line with what we promised the Edo people, the governor, right from day one, he was able to hit the ground running, and he has virtually touched all these 5 critical sectors in the state.
I was hoping that we could begin with some controversies that have rocked your administration within the first 90 days. Chief of it has to do with the suspension of local government chairman last year by the House of Assembly. And I'm sure you're aware that that attracted lots of reactions across the country in the wake of what was a highly celebrated Supreme Court ruling that gave autonomy to local government areas. Why has your government remained adamant in this regard?
First and foremost, we're not the one that suspended the local government councils. It was House of Assembly requested that the 18 local government chairmen should appear before them, and they refused. And prior to that, we requested for their financial statements so that we will know, in line with what the governor promised the Edo people, he wants accountability and transparency. So we asked them to submit those reports, and they promised to do that within 48 hours, and they didn't. So the House of Assembly then invited them to appear before the House. They also refused. On that note, the House of Assembly now suspended them. And the impeachment that you may mention was done through the councillors in their various local governments. The state house or the state government have no hand in it. It was done according to law, and that is where we stand. So we refuse to say anything about it because it did not emanate from us. It was within the legislative arm of the local government.
I agree with you that it was the House of Assembly that suspended them, but the House of Assembly was acting based on the petition written by Mr. Governor, who had claimed that they were not cooperating with his request to see their books financially. Talking about whether this was done based on the law or not, I'm sure you've heard from Algon citing a state high court ruling that repealed the law used for the suspension. There's also a reference to a Supreme Court judgment that excludes local governments from such state interference. The Attorney General of the Federation himself has called the suspension illegal and unconstitutional. He stressed that the removal from office or suspension of any elected local government official in the country should be the prerogative of councillors in the said local government area. You don't agree with him?
I agreed with him, but the Attorney General also said that the councillors have the right to impeach various local government chairmen. So that was done in line with the law. It has nothing to do with us.
Oh, that's the point I'm making, that the suspension should have come through the councillors and not through the State House of Assembly.
The suspension was done through the House of Assembly, and the councillors from various local governments also, did their own, and their suspension or rather their impeachment was done in line with the law. Even Attorney General cited it. You can confirm that.
How do you react to the opinion that the suspension is an affront against the federal government, considering Edo State is an APC state? The APC at the federal level prides itself in the Supreme Court judgment that gave autonomy to the local government area. And it seems that the APC government in Edo State has a different idea.
If you notice what happened initially, we are pretty new in government in Edo, and we wanted to show transparency and accountability, which they refused. And the House of Assembly suspended them, and the local government councillors in their various locality, did whatever they ought to do. It has nothing to do with having affronts with the federal government. We are working in line, and we are working very closely with the federal government, and we are not going to do anything that contradicts the law by the federal government. So the issue of affront is not an issue here. We don't have a hand in it. The House of Assembly did theirs, and the councillors from their various local government also confirmed that there was some financial irregularities, and based on that, they were impeached.
Critics of your government, Deputy Governor, has now called on Mr. President to correct what they describe as constitutional crisis as it relates to local government autonomy in Edo State. Is it true that the heads of local government administration have denied salaries and emoluments to over 300 elected and appointed local government officials?
That's not true.
Well, that's the claim from stakeholders in Edo State.
Everybody have every reason to allege. But if you come to Edo State to confirm the facts, you'll be shocked that that is not the truth.
In fact, they have called it a political witch hunt. They say the idea is that the people not getting salaries are those ones who did not succumb to pressures from the state government demanding the illegal removal of elected council chairmen and their deputies.
No, that's not true. The governor of Edo State is a God-fearing man. He is ready to work across board to ensure that there's peace and stability in our dear state. So he's not witch hunting them. If those that want to work with him transparently, he's willing to work with them. But if you are going to compromise the law when there is a financial infraction, so what you're expecting to do is, he has not said anything, if you noticed, but the councillors from various local governments are actually doing their job as what they were voted to do. So it has nothing to do with the state government. This is the local thing, and they've done everything within the ambit of the law.
So what's the future of these local government chairmen? Do you think they will live out the remaining of their term, or you think they will remain suspended until their tenure expires?
Like you cited, the outcome has gone to court, and the matter is before the court. Pending determination of the court, we are going to be waiting, and the matter is before the court, so there's nothing we can do for now.
Personally, what's your idea of local government autonomy? Because there are concerns about whether or not governors are on the same side, with what people think. Nigerians are of the opinion that autonomy for local government is bringing governance to the grassroots, and that we've been fighting this for so long. What's your understanding of this concept?
100%. The governor and I campaigned with it, that we are going to support local government autonomy, and we are supporting Mr. President's vision in that regard. So we are not going to do anything contrary. So whatever that is happening right now will be addressed by the law, and if the law says otherwise, we will comply. But so far, whatever has happened in the local level was done in line with the law by the councillors, and we are willing to support them.
Let's take this conversation to the viewers. You can ask the deputy governors your questions if you tag at TVC News On. Remember to tag me on Twitter at Nifebi Ogutoye. I understand it's X now, and use the hashtag Beyond 100 Days. So we're back right after this break for more. Stay with us. Deputy Governor Edo State, Dennis Idahosa, thank you for staying the course on the program. Do you still answer right, Honorable?
Yes.
Because you should be Your Excellency now that you are Deputy Governor. But let's talk about the finances. So there are allegations that the state's revenue profile has declined significantly since your administration took office. I'm wondering how you respond to this claim and how you intend to address the issue.
Well, that is contrary to what we have on ground. Just this month, last month, the month of January 2025, we have the highest internal generated revenue from single digits to over 10 billion per month, the month of January. So I think we are doing very significantly. We are doing very well. And whatever the opposition are saying is just to try and, push a wrong narrative out there. But when you come to Edo State, you get the facts, and we are doing extremely well as regards to finances to fund most of our projects for the interest of Edo people.
The goal I hear is to hit 12 billion on a monthly basis. What's your strategy?
When the governor came prepared, he appointed the right people, few with a lot of experience. The chairman we have right now with the entire team, they've done very well, and they intend to sustain this. And we are very proud of them. When you appoint positive people to do their job diligently and also committed to whatever they do, I think you get results. So kudos to the chairman and kudos to the governor of Edo State for appointing right people in right positions.
Talking about appointments, Mr. Governor started making these appointments from his first day in office. But they say you guys are yet to form a full cabinet. What is responsible for the delay?
So far, we have about 9 commissioners. The governor is someone that takes his time to do due diligence. He's going through all their CVs to ensure that people with proven experience in actually manage these various agencies, because we owe it to Edo people to appoint people that bring value to the people of Edo and ultimately the development of our dear state. So the governor is taking his time. I know this time we'll have the complete executive council, and the whole world, not just Nigeria or Edo State, will be proud of us.
The last time we heard the slow and steady narrative was under the Buhari administration. It took him some 6 months to appoint his ministers. That didn't turn out well. How long will it take Governor Okpebholo to appoint his to form a full cabinet? Give us an idea of how long you think it will take.
Immediately after 100 days, you should be expecting the full ESCO. He's taking his time, but I believe in no distant time, you will have the complete ESCO.
On the issue of security quickly, your administration inherited court-related killings and other criminal activities. We've seen some efforts in the past few days with the purchase of some Hilux patrol vans for security agencies. But it seems kidnapping is rearing its ugly head again, with a recent incident involving a traditional ruler and others. Precisely what steps are you taking to address security challenge and ensure the safety of citizens?
Like I said, the governor came prepared. He has been able to purchase a lot of Hiluxes, a lot to security agencies, and whatever he's doing is in line with the law. He also came and there was a declaration of war on various court groups that has actually reduced the casualties in our dear state. The issue of insecurity in our state has reduced drastically because these young men, and they were just busy killing themselves for no just reason. And the governor also passed, there was a passage of a new courtesan prohibition law that has increased the penalty of any court-related activities in our state. If you notice, we come to Edo right now, Edo is relatively peaceful. and issue of insecurity has gone drastically down. So, and the governor that we know when he was campaigning is different from the governor of today. His Excellency, Distinguished Senator Monday Okpebholo, came prepared, and we are extremely proud of him. He has actually made Edo State very, very safe and secure for business to strive.
Well, I'm sure Edo people are counting on that. But one of the big news we had recently has to do with the suspension of the State Attorney General, as well as the Chairman Local Government Service Commission, with regards to allegations of grave official and financial infractions. Samson Osagie, I remember I spoke with him prior to that election. He was a big supporter of your candidacy. What really happened?
Basically, the issue is before the panel, and the panel will do their investigation and report back to His Excellency. Prior to that, I think we should keep it the way it is, because I don't jump into conclusion. When they come out with their findings, then we should be able to speak on it.
Well, you agree that it's a shocking development because this appointment is barely 3 months old.
It's not shocking because the governor of Edo State want to ensure that everything is working in line with the law. He's a non-nonsense governor, and he wants to do everything, not just to protect the government, but to protect the general interest of Edo people. So, like I said, the issue is before the panel. Once they come out with their recommendation, and we should be able to share that with the media.
All right, we're counting on that as well. Let's talk about the Edo Sport Festival. You recently inaugurated a 12-man committee. What is there to look forward to, and what's your vision for this?
Edo is known for something unique. The Edo Sports Commission is doing extremely well. When we came on board, the Bender Insurance was almost going to relegation, but as of today, we are doing extremely well. The Edo Queen have not lost any match since they came back, and they've been doing extremely well in that field. But there are areas of improvement, and we intend to maintain they were the defending champion in the country, and we intend to keep it that way. And other areas of sports related activities, the governor is interested in supporting, and also to ensure that we come out extremely happy, and also to maintain our standard, and if possible to increase our ranking.
There are concerns about the political permutation, that preceded your emergence alongside Mr. Governor last year. And we saw a lot of coalition across, political divides. How much impact is that having on decision making? Because for those who would say, you probably will be getting a lot of instruction from quite a number of people. Perhaps you would let us into what's happening, in the governor's office and with decision making as it relates to the political might behind your emergence.
The issue of primaries was resolved amicably, and the governor and I is more or less like a senior brother and younger brother relationship. He's very fair to me, and most of the decisions that you see out there, he actually carries me along, and I have my input in some of these critical decisions in the state. There's no interference. The governor is the governor of Edo State, and there's no instruction from anybody. He's firm, he's sure of whatever we are doing, and the ultimate goal is to make Edo people proud. We are going to put Edo people first, and at the end of our tenure, Edo people will be proud of the governor of Edo State and his deputy.
That conversation is rife because people are aware of your intention before that political solution. You're also coming off from what appears a very dirty fight between the former governor and his deputy. So a lot of people are paying attention to what your relationship will look like with Governor Okpebholo. Have you learned the lessons from what transpired in the past administration? How committed are you to Mr. Governor, during this tenure?
For me, everything in life is about trust and commitment. Once I give my word, I'm 100% in it. And apart from that, like I said, the governor is a good man with good heart. He is very fair and reasonable. So if anyone, and I've said it before, if anyone will expect any crisis between me and the governor, the person must be a joker, because I am 100% committed and loyal to the interests of Edo State. So I have made it clear, even to some of those media people that have interacted with me, I'm loyal to the governor and I'm loyal to Edo people. They shouldn't expect any crisis between us.
Sounds like you're saying affliction will not arise a second time. We have to go now, Mr. Deputy Governor. What can Edo people expect in Governor Okpebholo's first 100 days in office?
We are very soon I believe on the 19th of this month, we are going to be rolling out 100 program policies and projects that Governor Okpebholo has been able to achieve within the first 100 days in office. So we are going to bring all the critical stakeholders together and showcase all these program policies and projects. The Edo people will definitely be proud of distinguished Senator Monday Okpebholo having fulfilled some of these campaign promises within the first 100 days in office.
Hopefully, we can also have an exclusive with Governor Okpebholo himself. Is that something you can, work out for us at TVC?
Your Excellency, His Excellency, the Governor of Edo State will be willing to have interactive session with you. And just let me know the date and he will be willing to do that.
Dennis Idahosa, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, Deputy Governor Edo State. Thank you so much for talking to us on the program this evening.
It's nice having me. Thank you. God bless.
And that's our program today, everyone. You can watch a repeat broadcast at midnight and at 6 a.m.